and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
Be careful while filling up your gas tank. Authorities are warning that criminals are using credit card skimmers. Thanks for joining us tonight. 3 men have been arrested in the Twin Cities. There are a number of identity theft victims.
Criminals are using a small electronic device that's hidden inside a gas pump or on a credit card reader. They're called skimmers, and they steal your credit or debit card data. Valley News Team's crime and safety reporter Nicole Johnson shows us how not to get ripped off.
For most people, it's routine. Put in your credit card and fill your tank up.
I don't ever check for them, no. I just get gas and hope my bank will back me up.
Have you ever heard of a credit card skimmer?
No.
Experts say a skimmer could be inside any gas pump, reading your card number, even PIN number, and feeding them to criminals to make fraud purchases.
Oh, wow. That's scary.
And you've never thought about that before?
No, not really.
Oftentimes, they are impossible to see from the outside of the machine and usually just look like a wire on the inside. But there are some signs to look for. Next time you fill up, check the pump for any sign of forced entry, broken seals, tool marks, or anything suspicious. Do you use your debit card or your credit card?
Debit.
Experts say never enter a PIN at the pump, adding it's safer to use a credit card, even better to pay inside or just use cash.
I think it depends on how conscientious you are. And if it's a big deal to you, then sure, check it. But, I mean, if it's not going to matter.
Look before you swipe. And most importantly, check your bank account and statements to catch any problems before you pay for it. Nicole Johnson, Valley News Live.
Watch out for credit skimmers at the ATM, too. More than $2 billion has been stolen from ATMs over the last year, according to the ATM marketplace.
Area authorities are still looking for the man who ran from Fargo officers this afternoon. He ended up ditching a vehicle in Moorhead and running on foot.
Moorhead police say that the Metro Street Crime Unit has been working to find Josh Eshenko for several days. He's wanted for several reasons, including possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia. Police say they believe Eshenko is connected to a home search in Castleton 2 weeks ago and is also wanted in connection with a stolen vehicle on Friday. Investigators say the white Jeep Liberty abandoned today belongs to Eshenko, as well as a duffel bag dumped nearby. Police dogs were brought to the scene but didn't find him.
There's so many places that this individual could go at this point, with the businesses as well as the slow trains that have traveled by here easily could have jumped onto a train and gotten out of the immediate area. So at this point, we still would encourage the public to be aware of this individual.
Fargo police say they don't think Eshenko is a public threat, but like anyone on the run, they say you should use caution.
The hoar frost on our trees hung around throughout most of the day. It was certainly a pretty sight. I'm wondering if we're going to be running into some of the same trouble tonight based on storm forecast to the south. Hutch?
It looks like that'll be the case. Now, the big storm is going to stay to our south, but we're already noticing an increase in clouds in our southern and western counties. That's after seeing a little bit of sunshine today and really warming things up in the FM area. Temperatures near 30 will fall into the 20s for the majority of our evening. The wind stays light. And then the later we go into the overnight hours, I do think, once again, fog and frost will be problematic in some spots. Speaking of the storm system, it's hitting the Rocky Mountains right now from Denver and Colorado Springs all the way up through Cheyenne and southern Nebraska. This storm will spread in our general direction overnight, but it will not impact us. Blizzard warnings for the Sioux Falls area and portions of southern Minnesota. Winter storm warnings for the Twin Cities. Any travelers south or southeast, be advised. I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast, but Mike, we'll stay on the cool and windy side of this system. I'll have details on what you can expect in a moment.
It is February.
It is.
All right, thanks.
2 men accused of holding up 2 South Fargo liquor stores in September changed their pleas in the case to guilty. Andrew Ford and Carlos Bethel both pleaded guilty to robbing the Bottle Barn and the Spirit Shop liquor stores in Fargo in September of last year. As part of the plea agreement, both men also admitted to taking part in a list of other crimes. Police say Bethel robbed the Bottle Barn at gunpoint and threatened the cashier to hand over money. Ford pleaded guilty to armed robbery at the Spirit Shop.
2 other men have pleaded guilty for their roles in an armed robbery at Taco John's on 32nd Avenue South in Fargo. Rico and Calvin Brown are among 5 people charged in this holdup. Rico Brown, admitted to being a lookout during the robbery. Calvin Brown said that he was the getaway driver.
With no communication since January 11th, friends of a missing man say they're fearing the worst. Jeff Perez was last heard from in the Fargo area almost a month ago, leaving investigators puzzled as to what happened to him. Valley News Team's Bradford Eric talks with one worried friend about who this man is.
A name, Jeff Perez, and a Facebook profile with only a blurry picture are really the only pieces to this mystery.
We don't know if something happened to him, if he maybe went out somewhere. Somebody did something. We don't know if it was his heart issues. We simply don't know.
Jody Bouchane says she's scared.
I'm very scared. I've been very worried. My meter has gone up because the more days that somebody is missing, that means it's not going to be good.
Bouchane says Perez has COPD and a heart condition. In one of his last Facebook posts, he talks about going to some doctor's appointments and then to the NDSU bookstore on campus to pick up championship t-shirts here in Fargo. Fargo police say they have no report of Perez missing and are not looking into his disappearance. Bouchane says NDSU police are reviewing security footage to see if he appears anywhere in the bookstore. Perez's Facebook says he lives in Burnsville, Minnesota. The police there say he's reported missing, but they really only have the Facebook profile, and they aren't even sure he lives in Burnsville.
It is very uncharacteristic for him not to be on Facebook to say good morning to somebody.
Jody Bouchane gave us 2 phone numbers Perez had used in the past. One was only a repeated busy signal. The other said the number had been disconnected.
We don't know anything since January 11th. This is very uncharacteristic of him, and we're very worried.
If you know any information, you're asked to please call police. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
We have posted the phone number for Burnsville Police and the only picture of Jeff Perez we have on our website. Just visit valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
U.S. immigration laws could soon kill the music program at Lancaster School, located in northwestern Minnesota. The school's music teacher, Alana Dawson, says she may soon be forced to return to Canada, leaving the school and its 155 students, grades K through 12, without a music program. Dawson's visa runs out on February 15th, forcing her to return to her home near Winnipeg. The school superintendent says she was the only applicant for the job at their remote location, and Dawson says she'd at least like to finish the school year.
I want it to be seen that, yeah, it's an important position. It's not about me at all. It's just for the kids. I mean, even if I can't stay, the kids are going to be without music or without a teacher because there's no one else in this area.
We were happy with one applicant. Now, it's very possible that she will have to go back to Canada at the end of February, or actually February 15th.
Swantech adds that they've reached out to the state's congressional delegation but haven't had any luck so far. Ironically, if Dawson was a science teacher or a librarian, immigration laws would let her extend her visa.
North Dakota Governor Jack Dalrymple announced today that state agencies will be facing a 4% loss in their general fund account. That will cover $245 million of the $1.75 billion revenue shortfall the state is facing. The rest of the shortfall will be covered by $332 million in the budgeted biennium ending balance and a $498 million infusion from the Budget Stabilization Fund. Agencies have 2 weeks to identify how they'll make up the cost.
A woman who took to the television airwaves to coax us into stopping at a Fargo restaurant has died. That story later on Valley News Live at 6.
It was another mild day across the valley after starting out mighty frosty. The big storm is heading to areas south of us. I'll have details on what you can expect in your hour-by-hour forecast right after this.